Good morning, everybody. This is Regan Adams with All Things Regan. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. So I decided to pop on here before I go to church because I wanted to share some things with you guys this morning before I leave. So I have this weekend, which this is not out of the norm, have been having different conversations with different people. I am in the midst of planning all of my events for the rest of this year and next year. And I've been having meetings with the people who I want to be presenters for some of my events, and had really good discussion yesterday. So I kind of want to talk about that a little bit, or hit on it a little bit. So today I want to talk about like my dating experience, but also my personal experience as a person. So I have been kind of dealing with the fact, and it's been for a couple of months, about running people off. And when I say, or not even running people off, but where people think that I'm too high maintenance, or they think that they have a lot of thoughts about me before they even really know me. So you may watch my social media and be like, oh, well, you know, she thinks she's all this, or she thinks she knows this, and blah, blah, blah. And the crazy thing is, like, for me, this is just my opinion. I think I'm probably one of the coolest people you will ever meet when you get to know me. Now, if you're looking at me from a distance, I don't know. Like I posted yesterday, a lot of people, I always assume if I walk into a room and I don't speak, or I'm kind of to myself. I am very introverted on the onset. I gotta get to know you. I gotta get to warm up to you. But that is a turnoff to some people. I know one of my good friends, when she first met me, she said, you walk around like you all that. And I was like, well, dang. I don't think so. I mean, I think I'm cute. But I wanted to kind of talk about dumbing yourself down for people. And so that's kind of what today is about. So I have had a couple of conversations with a few friends of mine about the guys that I attract, or that I talk to, or that I date. Also the people in business that I deal with. And I was telling them, like, I want to always kind of come across as friendly and inviting and open. But my friends were like, you don't. Like, you're transparent, and that's cool. We can trust you, but we know we can't come to you with any bull. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. But how do I change that? Like, how do I change being more approachable? And you know what they told me? You don't need to. Because who is for you is for you. Who wants to date you is going to date you. Who's going to want to do business with you is going to want to do business with you. And that helps you weed out a lot of people. It used to bother me. I would kind of scroll through and I would see certain things where I wasn't invited to certain things, or, I wasn't approached to do certain things. And God told me, even along with my friends, because of course, we're the hands and feet of Jesus, but God told me, you're not for everybody, Reagan. Everybody's not going to like you. Everybody's not going to receive you, and everybody shouldn't. Everybody should not like you. If they like you, it's a problem, right? And so I was like, okay. And so the same thing with dating. I heard this morning somebody talking about making sure that when you date somebody that you would marry. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Now, for me, I am a relationship person. I'm not necessarily ready to be in a relationship, but if it comes, and I am actively dating, but if it comes, it comes, and I'm not going to shut the door to it. I'm open. But I heard this morning that when you date people who you wouldn't mind seeing yourself being married to. And I was like, that's a really good idea, because I don't, why are you wasting your time, right? Why are you wasting your time with people that you don't feel like are a good match for you? Like, I like to have good conversations. I like to go out and eat. I like to, do minimal stuff, but as long as we have really good conversation, you got to have good conversation for me to deal with you, period. And so I did like a scale of the people that I date, or I'm talking to, or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? They are all people that are marriage material. They just are. And so one of the conversations that I had last night was a husband and wife couple, and just hearing their story about how they met and how they got married. And he was telling me that she was a high class woman. She was a classy woman. She was a high caliber woman, which he wasn't necessarily used to dealing with. And so that made him step up. And so I was like, yeah, because if you're dealing with me, either you're going to step up or be there, step up, or, go on or not even approach me. And so my friends were saying that's the type of, you want to have that attitude. But I am inviting. I am nice. I am cool. I am down to earth. But I don't just want any run-of-the-mill man. I don't want just any run-of-the-mill friendship or business situations. I don't. There was a time where I felt like as a younger person, because my self-esteem was so low, that I could only get a certain caliber of friend, or I could only get a certain caliber of business, or I wasn't in business then, but a certain caliber of man, right? But when I started doing the self-work and saying, you know what, God said this is who I am. I have a dope personality. Take me being cute off the table. My personality is super dope. Now, if I'm not conceited about anything else, that I know. Right. And one of the other things is I'm a good friend, and I know how to treat people, especially my man. So my mom instilled all of that in me when I was younger. So I know I'm an asset to whoever I'm attached to. That I know. Like, you can't tell me any different. So I have to be careful. You have to be careful with what's inside of you and who you give it to. Right? And I'm not even talking about necessarily sex, but I'm just talking about like your mate, your friendships, your business relationships, or your relationships, period, whether they be romantic or not. Like, you really have to be careful. And if you are attracting, and I'm going to dating or even friendships, if you are attracting a certain type of a person that you don't necessarily like they're bums, they don't work, they don't provide, they don't reciprocate, whatever. You need to reevaluate what's going on. Because for me, I'm only going to, I'm a watcher. So I do things and I see if you reciprocate. I see if you're around. If you're not, I'm going to fall back. I'm just not, because I don't have time. I don't have time. Listen, I have been getting up this weekend at 5 a.m. working. I have so much to do for 2021 to finish it out, and 2022 to do my whole calendar. So whoever I'm dealing with on a friendship level, on a romantic level, they got to be able to fit in. They have to be secure in themselves. They got to be able to go off on their own and do their own thing and not be in my face 100 times a day. If you are too clingy, I can't deal with you. I can and I won't, because I don't have time. Now listen, I'm going to make time. If I want to see you, I want to see you. So I'll make time for what I want, and vice versa, with, your other friends and your relationships. But I don't want mediocre anything, and you shouldn't either. You should not want mediocre friends. You shouldn't want mediocre men or women. You should not want that, especially after the age of 40. Listen to me. I'm dating with a purpose. Essentially, like I said, I'm not necessarily forcing a relationship right now, because I got a lot of stuff to do. But if somebody, in the phone, and I got to be mindful, because I am friends with people I talk to. But if I talk to you, then that's a good thing, right? But I just want to say that you do not have to accept mediocre friendships. You don't have to accept mediocre relationships. I don't want them. If you don't want to be bothered with me, it's okay. Because there's others out there who can. And there's some out there who's not going to think I'm too much, right? Or some that are wanting to get to know me outside of who they think I am. Who they think I am. Or what they heard. Because let's be clear. There are people who will have your name in their mouth and they tell you absolute wrong information, or their dealings with you that may not be the same thing as what that other person may experience. You may hear somebody say something about me that absolutely cannot stand me, and maybe I did something to them or something that they perceive was wrong to them, and they're like, I can't stand her. But then you might have 10 other people down the street, and I can tell you, I can name 10 down the street who say, Regan helped impact my life. Regan helped me when I was in a time of need. Regan helped me with this, but I don't have to do my works before you, but you can talk to 10 other people as opposed to 1 or 2 over here, or what 2 or 3 over here think, just based off of my videos, just based off of my posts. Listen, I'm telling you, it took a while for me to get to where I'm at, and I still have a ways to go, because we all have insecurities. We all have them. We all, listen to me. I'm insecure about smells. I'm insecure about people being close to me. Listen, but that's why I'm in counseling, and that's why I can come on here and say, you know what? I still have insecurities. I still have things I need to work on. I still don't get it all right. Nobody does. But guess what? I go to church, because I'm getting ready to go here in about 15 minutes. And I go to counseling. And I have a super dope tribe of friends and associates and business partners that I can talk to openly without being, guarded. I don't have to watch my words. I don't want to be around anybody that I got to watch my words around. I just don't. I don't, and I'm not going to. I want to be able to have open conversations. I don't want to be judged for what I say. I don't. And I'm not going to be around somebody like that, in my relationship or not, because essentially I want my mate to be my friend. I want to be able to have a go and have a really good time with him outside of, all the other stuff. We got to be friends first. Right? And so I just wanted to encourage somebody who thinks that they're too much because I'm too much. Sometimes I'm too much. Sometimes you may be, too much sometimes. But here's the thing. Some people are going to already be at your level. If they're not there, they're going to come up, or they don't need to be there. You're not going to get invited to the party every time. You're just not. Because some people are insecure, and I can talk about this because I was. Some people are too insecure to invite you to the thing because they think you're going to take all the shine. And that's why I don't have a problem promoting other people's businesses, because I'm secure with what I do. I'm secure in who I am. And I know that nobody is my competition. And I'm not saying that out of, I know I'm all this and that. I'm saying that because we all have different gifts and talents. Somebody can be doing the exact same thing that I do, and it attract a totally different person, or because we're totally different people. I'm secure in me and what I can do and what I can bring to the table. And so I applaud anybody else who's doing whatever else, especially in business, because it's hard, especially if you're a single mother. I've had to do it even though I was married toward the end for over the 4.5 years he was gone. I had to do it as a single mother, and I still am, right? With little to no help. Listen to me. There's a lot of time, like with Kennedy, that I have to, I got a meeting today. After church, I got to finish her school stuff, shopping, and then I got a meeting today to finish planning out my 2022. But it got to be done, right? So there's time that I'm neglecting her. I'm calling it neglecting, but I've tried to spend time with her this weekend to make sure she knows that I'm here for her and her needs. Her emotional needs, not just her physical, but her emotional needs, and that I'm spending time with her, and then I'm pouring into her as well. We had a wonderful conversation this weekend, but that she also knows that I need to work. Oh, you want to get this $200 order from Shein? You need to get these tennis shoes. They're $200. Mommy has to work, ma'am. Your dad's not here. Okay, right? And so making sure that I gotta be careful with who I connect with. And you do too. You really do. Like, gone are the days that you need to connect with people who don't serve a purpose. And I'm not saying using anybody, but I don't want anybody around me who can't speak into my life. I don't want anybody who can't bring something to the table. And when I say bring something to the table, I don't necessarily mean money, but I mean ideas, thoughts, good laughter, even laughter. A good time, like uplifting. I don't listen to me. I don't want it. Because for so many years, my self-esteem was so low that I would take anybody just to have somebody. And I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to do that while I'm dating. I don't have to do that in my friendships. And I don't have to do it in my business. Why? Because God said I didn't have to. Now, if y'all think my attitude is a mess, I'm telling you, I got it from my dad. My dad gave it to me. My dad said, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. My dad has my back. My Father in heaven has my back. My Father in heaven tells me who I am because he made me. And I'm made in his image. So I'm super dope. You're super dope. And when we all realize who we are and who God made us to be, nobody can just come and hand you anything. Y'all better hear what I'm saying. I'm talking about in any relationships you have, nobody can come and hand you just anything. That was one of the reasons I got divorced. Because I was like, we are really unequally yoked. I loved my husband. Yes, I did. But I loved him for what I knew to be love at the time. Y'all better hear what I'm saying. That's why I don't advise anybody to get married and get in a relationship until you know who you are and you are walking in God's purpose for your life. Because I'm telling you, when you walk, and everybody's different, so I'm not saying that. Some people get married young, or some people get married and they have a mate that they can actively figure it out together. But that wasn't my case. So I'm speaking for me. But for my opinion, like, you walking in your purpose is what's going to make you happy before you get a mate. Y'all better hear me. Because that's satisfying to me. Me being able to plan and events and help other people is very satisfying to me. Me being able to speak a word into somebody's life and encourage them to live their best life from the inside out makes me happy. It's like I got all the money in the world. And so when I'm happy with myself and my purpose, when I get with whoever I'm getting with, listen to me. Listen to me. It's just a cherry on top, because I was complete before I met him. Right? When I put a meme up a while ago that I was lit when he met me. Listen to me. And I am. And I'm just getting better by the day. Like, I don't even have everything I need. Like, I'm nowhere near where I need to be. But listen, I had a dream. God has been really dealing with me in my dreams. And he gave me a dream last night. Actually, I've been having it all week, that I've been on different airplanes. And airplanes are a mode of transportation in your ministry. And when you go in airplanes, what do? You soar to elevated heights. You're in elevated heights, thousands and thousands of feet in the air. I am getting ready to soar, right? I'm getting ready to soar in my ministry. I'm getting ready to soar in my relationships, my tribe of friendships, and whoever I'm attached to, right? Whether it be relationship or dating or not. And I want to have good quality people around me to be able to take with me, because one thing that I do know, when I have connections, and for me, the people that I'm with have connections too. I bring people with me. So I'm not just going to have some jealous people around me. I'm not going to have anybody that's backbiting around me, because I'm not going to be that to you, right? I want good communicators around me. I want people who can be themselves around me. Right? Those are the people that I want to take with me. My relationship will be no different. Like I'm telling you, the husband that God showed me, the relationship that God, listen to me, because I'm not an ordinary woman, right? But why? Because God made me in his image, right? And he wants the best for me. And so when he shows me who I am, I can't help but to be attached to the right man. The right man won't be intimidated by me. The right man will say, oh my gosh, she don't need my money, but she has other assets to offer me. She knows how to speak into my life. She knows how to make a house a home. She knows how to cook. She knows how to clean. Those are basic things, but I know how to elevate you. Huh? Listen, anybody that I'm around, you can't be mediocre around me, because I'm not mediocre. And I need everybody on here to understand that that's watching me. Like, I need you to understand how dope you are. I need you to understand that. I need you to understand God made you perfect in his image. Perfect. You're perfect. You're perfect. Yes, you have flaws. But that's why Jesus came. That's why he died, for our sins. Because we're never going to be perfect. We're always going to mess up. I mess up all the time. Y'all, if I could write a book. Because there's nothing in me good but God. Because I'm nasty. Listen, I'm nasty. In every sense of the word, I'm just saying. There's nothing in me good but God. Nothing. But I need y'all to understand that, and I want to be transparent about that, so you know, even as a Christian, you're still going to have problems. Matter of fact, you're probably going to have more than your average, because the enemy doesn't want you impacting anybody's life, and he doesn't want you to know who you are. Right? He doesn't. And now y'all got me late for church, because I got to work the front. So I've got to go. But I definitely wanted to come on here and tell you guys this. Listen, only have good people around you. Only have good people around you. Keep drama away. Listen, we don't have time. We don't have time for distractions. We don't have time for distractions. And women, side note, who are dating, stop saying there's no good men out here. If you're still saying that, you're the problem. Listen to me. Listen to me. Because I have a lot of conversations with men. The ones I'm talking to and the ones that I'm not. Just to gather collection for Dating is Dead. And I'm telling you, we've all been hurt. We've all been hurt. And we need patience, understanding, and knowing who we are. We get that together and we're going to be winning. But listen, that's what I'm doing with Dating is Dead. That's what I'm doing. That is my goal, to make sure that we have, even in marriages, because I'm dealing with marriages too, because I was married for 14 years. I can speak on it. But I have some other people who are still married for years and years and years, who are showing people how to make it work, right? That I'm going to be bringing to the table. Dating coaches, therapists for the weekend in Gatlinburg. I'm so excited. It's not in Gatlinburg. I don't think. Haven't found a place yet. But in the Smoky Mountains. I'm bringing people to make sure that marriages are cool. That you can still be married for a long time. It's not going to be easy, especially if it's a kingdom relationship. Listen to me. The story I heard yesterday, I'm like, oh my gosh, the devil got to pay you back. He's got to pay you back. All this hell you done been through your marriage and your children cutting up. The devil got to pay you back. And guess what? I'm going to sit here and I'm going to tell you how you're going to do it. Right? He's got to pay you back. And he's going to pay you back through your gifts. That's why you got to make sure that you're working on your purpose. You have to. You have to. You have to. You have to walk in your purpose. You will never truly be happy until you do it. You won't do it. I'm telling you what the Lord loves. The truth. I got to go. I'm supposed to be at church at 10 and I'm still talking to y'all. But this is ministry and God bless the reading of the word, which I didn't read any, but y'all already know what it is. I got to go. You guys have a blessed day. This is Regan Adams with All Things Regan. Please stay tuned to my page this week. I got 1,000,010 events and I'm working on other stuff that I'm not going to talk about that's outside of events. Hope to be released next year. I'm super excited about this because it's going to be another traveling situation. But I'm super excited about it. I'm going to keep it under wraps because I don't need anybody attacking it. You guys have a blessed day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Live it up. Weekend. This is Regan Adams with All Things Regan. And Regan says, I think it, I see it, I do it. Bye.